Plenty of extension in there.
So Kate doing a great job considering it's a relatively new partnership. Kate is also another very successful horse that we've had here in Australia, which is Chemistry. But now, Kate.
Nice half pass. All the way to the end. Just lacking that regularity and that march a little bit in that pirouette. Nice relaxed walk.
Yeah, covers the ground well, has some suppleness in over the back through the walk, and trending currently just under 70%.
He's happy to canter sideways. Nice big strides. Just getting a little bit slow towards the end. And that tiny loss of power then puts the flying change, makes it a little bit flatter, maybe a little bit less expressive. Quite well placed, eh?
Yeah, good job in the counter pirouette. Counter staying well balanced. But a little after the marker, probably for the flying change at sea. Quite tricky to get that to land on the marker in counter.
Just snuck it in.
Good.
Nice pirouettes. Very handy to have nice pirouettes when you've got that coefficient sitting on it.
Yep. It's a harmonious picture. The horse has some lovely ability. Oh, but there.
Communication.
Little miss. So despite your talent and ability,
you can make a mistake.
You can make a mistake. That's
We're all
right.
human.
Pretty much over X, the middle change.
I think he just seems to drop off the aids a little bit in the changes. He gets a little bit, almost a little bit quiet in the canter. That's being super fussy, of course, because a horse like this, I think, is capable of well over 70%. So, you know, when you've got a horse that moves like this, make the top mark your goal, not the bottom mark. Nice.
Yeah, and remembering, of course, this is a young rider class, so they're not overly experienced in the big competitions.
Very nice.
And I think Kate rode, maybe even rode, she rode here last year in a different class, but, and this new horse for her, so good start.
Good fun.
And lots of nice things about that horse to be enjoying, and trending on about 70%, so I think she'll gain more from that. And we have the final competitor. And so a score for Kate Kiros of 70.441% and first place currently. One last horse in this class, Cody Tupper riding Macarthur Bel Air. Macarthur Bel Air is an 11-year-old warm blood gelding by Bellissimo, owned by Karma Wilson, bred by Macarthur Warm Bloods and ridden here today by Cody Tupper. A second ride in the class.
Bit tough following a horse like that.
Well,
It's tough sitting on the centre line. I keep thinking I should be saluting. I have to go, no, you're not doing that job today.
so probably helpful if you have, when you have two horses in the class and you come in on the second horse to, well, A, remember the test, but B, think about errors that you made in the first, or do you think harder?
No, I think it's better on the second one because you're like, I've already done the first one. You can breathe out a bit, but maybe you get a bit relaxed as well, or you're a bit tired because it's a tough gig, 2 FEI tests. Fairly close together, you know, especially if this horse is a bit heavier to ride than the previous one, and you might relax a bit too much and not get that the horse ticking along enough. It can go both ways. I think sometimes we need a little bit of nerves happening because we need to keep pushing those buttons because we want more. So if you get a bit too relaxed, you might become a bit complacent. Nice shoulder in angle.
So she has certainly started in a powerful way. The judges are happy, have her currently on just over 70%.
Saving the best till last, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit loss of that rhythm, stepping out. Same again. Maybe just a tiny bit on the small side.
Happy to walk though.
And it's got that punch and that march that was lacking a bit in that pony. This horse has it. It's on a mission.
Yeah.
It's getting the job done. It's probably not quite as supple in the hind leg as I would like to see. Certainly has plenty of power and forward projection, but I'm just thinking maybe the carrying, the suppleness in the carrying and the engagement could be a bit more. I think it just keeps coming back to that theme that is running through a number of the horses, and it's just that suppleness longitudinally, isn't it? that whole acceptance of the bridle and then being more through in the back and through in the pole.
Yes, exactly.
That's that stumbling block all the time is the collection, because you can't condense a horse that isn't supple.
No, you can shorten its neck, but it doesn't mean you shorten its body.
No. A bit past the centre line, that's expensive and very much against the bridle. So in the horses that have struggled a little bit in the more difficult areas like the pirouettes and the collection in general, I think we see a very common theme, and it's just that acceptance of the bridle and that suppleness through the body. Some of them laterally and some of them longitudinally and some of them both. And neck bend doesn't mean a horse is supple laterally either. They have to yield in the rib cage. Yeah, and that's why he gets that bit of a curl as well in the quarters, because he's just not able to lift his back and raise the forehand and lighten the forehand and sit. He's certainly got a motor behind, so that's not a problem. It's just suppleness.
Still plenty of time for this horse. He's aged 11, so there's real possibility to change
Yes,
or
definitely.
improve that suppleness. And if with Cody riding a couple of horses, I'm sure she's capable of getting that to happen. She's trending on about 67%. And we just wait for the final score. And so we have a score for Cody Tupper and Macarthur Bel Air of 67.059%, placing her in 5th place. And the overall winner of the class today, the Young Riders Team competition, is Kate Kiros, riding Intro K. On 70.44%, Hannah Rockwell second, Bowman's Diarella with 69.6%. In third, Sophie Artup, Charisma Ballerine, 67.99%. In fourth, Jessica Durtell on Gladstone, MH, 67.9%. In fifth, Cody Tupper, Macarthur Bel Air, 67.05%. And in sixth, Cody Tupper again on her other horse, Endless Dream, 66.5. We thank you for your attendance today, watching us, watching the riders compete, and we welcome you back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. here in the indoor arena with a day of freestyles, beginning with the Grand Prix under 25, which is not actually a freestyle test, but later on in the day we have freestyle tests. So come and join us here at Willinga Park at Dressage by the Sea, sponsored by Foresight.